All right, if you're even thinking about selling your home in the next year or so, you need to hear this. The old way of doing things, it's completely broken. Today, we're going to walk through a huge strategy shift that puts you, the seller, back in complete control. It turns the most stressful part of the sale into your biggest advantage.
And honestly, that's not being dramatic at all. Just sitting around, waiting for the buyer's inspector to come in and tell you what's wrong with your own house, it's a massive gamble. You end up in last-minute panics, paying way too much for rush job repairs, and deals just fall apart right at the finish line. We're talking real money out of your pocket and a ton of heartbreak.
So here's the bottom line, right? It's all about the shift from reacting to preempting. The old way is all about fear and being under pressure. The new way is about having the information and taking control. Instead of getting hit with a surprise, you find it first. Instead of these frantic, high-stress negotiations, you fix things calmly on your own schedule. You're not just selling a house, you're marketing a product that people can actually trust.
All right, so first up, let's really dig into the seller's dilemma. Why have the rules of the game totally changed?
You've got to understand who the modern buyer is. First off, they are digitally savvy. They've binged hours of home renovation horror stories on YouTube and scrolled through endless Reddit threads. They know what to look for. Second, they are desperate for a zero-drama purchase. In this crazy market, certainty and peace of mind are luxuries they will gladly pay a premium for. And finally, that old trick of selling as is, yeah, that's over. Today, that's just a giant red flag that basically screams, I'm hiding something big and expensive. So, this all leads us to the heart of the strategy, what I like to call your secret weapon, the pre-sale inspection. It's time to stop dreading the inspection report and start seeing it for what it is, your single most powerful tool for controlling the entire sale, from start to finish.
Absolutely love this phrase because it just nails the mindset shift you need to have. This isn't about just ticking a box on a legal form. No. You are strategically taking all the weapons, all the negotiating leverage out of the buyer's hands before they even get to the table. You find out what they would have found out and you deal with it on your terms.
Okay, so what's this kind of control going to cost you? Well, a typical pre-sale inspection is going to run you somewhere between, say, $400 and $800. But listen, you cannot think of this as a cost. It's an investment in a smoother, faster, and almost always more profitable sale.
Now hold that number in your head and contrast it with this. $15,000 or even more. That's the potential cost of a nasty surprise. The buyer's inspector finds a cracked sewer line or tells them the roof has only a year or two of life left, and boom! Suddenly you're staring down a 5-figure repair credit, or worse, the buyer just walks away. That small investment up front suddenly looks like the smartest insurance policy you could ever buy.
So what are we really looking for here? We're not just talking about a leaky faucet. We're targeting the modern deal killers, the kinds of issues that go way beyond the simple stuff.
Let me ask you a quick question. Do you have any idea what kind of plumbing is in your house? Because there's one very specific type of pipe that inspectors, savvy buyers, and especially insurance companies are trained to spot and run away from. Yep, this stuff right here, polybutylene. It's a gray, kind of flexible plastic pipe that was used for about 2 decades, and it's basically a ticking time bomb. It gets brittle over time and can just fail suddenly, causing catastrophic water damage. If a buyer's inspector finds this, it's often an instant deal killer. It is the definition of a hidden liability.
But check this out. Here's the pro move. If you find this before you even list the house, you can completely flip the script. Now, is a full repipe an expense? Of course. But being able to put all new PEX plumbing in your listing description, that's not just fixing a problem. That is creating a massive marketing advantage that screams quality and builds incredible buyer confidence.
And look, it's not just about pipes. Modern inspectors come in with a whole new toolkit. They've got thermal imaging cameras that find hidden moisture behind walls. They'll run a sewer scope down your main drain line to make sure there are no roots or breaks. That's how you avoid that 15 grand surprise we just talked about. They'll even do a smart home audit to make sure all that tech is a selling point, not a future headache for the new owner. Finding this stuff first is a huge advantage.
All right, so you've done the inspection. You've got the report in your hands. Now what? Let's get into your post-inspection playbook. How we turn that piece of paper into actual results.
It really just boils down to these 4 simple steps. 1, triage the report. You've got to decide what actually matters. 2, fix and document.
And I mean document everything. Get receipts. 3, create a full disclosure package that shows you have nothing to hide. And finally, number 4, you actively market your preparation. You make it a key feature of the home.
Now, that first step, triage, it's the most critical. Here's a super simple way to think about it. Category A items. These are safety hazards and major defects. Think active leaks or faulty wiring. These are non-negotiable. You fix them, period. Category B, this is deferred maintenance, like an aging roof. Fixing this is a really smart move because it removes a huge bargaining chip from the buyer's side of the table. And Category C, that's the small cosmetic stuff. Worn carpet, a few cracks in the drywall. You just disclose these openly, no big deal.
So let's bring this all home and talk about the big win. Because when you follow this playbook, when you do the work up front, you're not really just selling a house anymore. You're selling something that's way more valuable.
And this, right here, is the absolute core of this entire strategy. Every single repair you make, every receipt you provide in your disclosure package, all of it, it's all building toward this one powerful thing, certainty. You are systematically removing every ounce of doubt, fear, and unknown from the buyer's mind.
So, I'll just leave you with this thought. In a market that is absolutely swimming with anxiety and information overload, a house is just a house. It's a commodity. But certainty is a rare, valuable luxury. And in the 2025 market, which one do you think truly commands a premium?